And oh, thanks, Marty. Anyways, from the time that I actually started tuning in and learning about On Passive, I have learned so much about technology. I couldn't do what our presenters do. They're amazing. But the technology that's involved and the new all the new things that I've learned at such an old age, I'm pretty excited about all this. Anyways, so my journey began January 2019, and I've watched On Passive grow from a little tiny nothing to all these products and all these founders. I thought, oh, they'll launch when there's about 15,000 founders. Nope. Look at the numbers. We've got 771,000, I believe, about right now. And we're all taking it to the end of the road here soon and starting the big part of our journey. And that's so exciting. I'm babbling a little bit and I really apologize about that. This is for our guests so that all of you are aware. Please understand that at the end, we will have guest questions and answers. Our panel is full of very, very well-informed, educated founders. And actually, our panel is full of our leadership council. And my job this evening is to introduce you to a fabulous lady. She is actually my sponsor. I met her way back then in January. Well, I knew her before January, but she offered the opportunity to me. And like I said, okay. I didn't know what I was, but I trust this lady so much. She's very knowledgeable. She's got the most beautiful voice that you wait until you hear her. To all of our guests and founders, I'd love to introduce this amazing lady, Robin Noble.
Pam, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our guests tonight, and welcome to the founders from around the world who are here to support us. We have Australia, Philippines, the US, Canada, France, Europe. I think I said Australia already, and India we have on here already. So thank you all for being here. And to our guests, I hope you're going to learn some interesting information about a company that we are all very excited about. Mike, thank you for stepping in last week. If the power goes out here, I know you'll jump in again. Thank you so much. And personal note, Dan, congratulations. Here we go, folks. This is a wonderful evening, lots of information. So my life has always included health and wellness and travel. These have always been my two passions. I was fortunate to work on a cruise ship for nearly 20 years and to travel to more than 200 countries, meeting people and learning the different cultures around the world. In 2004, after a life-changing accident that left me with visible and invisible disabilities, it also changed the lives of my family in an instant. I was no longer able to work again, let alone function the way I had before. Let's put it this way. Humpty Dumpty was in better shape after he fell off his wall than I was after the accident. But enough about me. You are all here this evening because someone cares about you a great deal and wants you to know about something we are very excited about. So let's start. Have you been looking for ways to supplement your income, maybe extra business opportunity, an extra stream of passive income? Have you been looking for ways to help others through philanthropy, through charity, causes that might be close to your heart, make positive changes in our world? Maybe you've tried direct sales, network marketing, MLMs rather, or other. Statistics show and are proven that a maximum of 3% have little to big success in any of the above mentioned, while 97% fail, sometimes a little and sometimes a lot in those same industries. Despite my best efforts, I was one of those in the 97% who did not succeed. Have you thought about, maybe even dreamt about, a company that could help you? It really does exist, and that's what we're going to tell you about this evening, starting right now. It's registered in the USA, it's licensed and legal in over 200 countries, with products used every day that makes money for you while you sleep, provides time freedom and financial freedom and abundance. It's stress-free. It has over 773,000 people already in it as founders. It does all the work for you. It's 100% automated, 100% hands-free, is currently in pre-launch, has founders positions available, and it's called OnPassive. So what is OnPassive? This is a global internet technology company, i.e., an IT rather, company that you may have heard about. It owns proprietary products, which means that OnPassive owns and created them. The products that are driven by most advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies. Those are abbreviated, and abbreviations you may have seen, as AI and ML technologies. It is not an MLM. You do not have to recruit. It has a current value of approximately 5.5 billion US dollars, and founders are joining globally at a rate of about 2,000 per day. Artificial intelligence, AI, is already being used in products and industries and is expected to add another 16 trillion US dollars to the global economy over the next couple of years. The industries that have already been using AI for a little while include the automotive, the bioscience, creative services, the data, education, finance, gaming, and healthcare, just to name a few. And believe it or not, Siri and Alexa, while they are not actually AI themselves, they do use the systems of artificial intelligence to propel their learning abilities in your homes. And I just saw an advertisement, a TV commercial the other night from LG, Life Good products, that also have got artificial intelligence. Our CEO is Mr. Ash Mufareh. He's a graduate of MIT and attended Harvard. He has over 20 years online network marketing experience, a success story. He became disillusioned and really wanted to help others. So he created OnPassive, his privately owned company. He is the brains of OnPassive. He is a family man with integrity, honesty, and truth, who really wants to make a positive difference in this world. He has a huge smile and a very big heart, and he wants to turn poverty into prosperity and be the correction to the corruption. We have two head offices, one in Orlando, Florida, which is our executive headquarters, and the other one in high-tech city Hyderabad, India, also known as the Silicon Valley of India, with the best staff currently in support and technology industry. And this is where where the other tech giants are also located with some of their business offices as well. A full global team handling all aspects of corporate law in the over 200 countries we are in and are able to operate in and to be paid in. They also monitor the regional and global compliance issues as well. So what products do we have? O-Academy is one-of-a-kind application for learners of all ages and interests. O-Connect is a hassle-free audio and video communication tool. We have O-Chat, a web chat engine to improve every customer interaction. O-Bless, some consider this one to be the heart of the company, where a community can support good causes and ideas with 100% of the funds donated, not holding back 15 to 30% for administration and other needs, like some of the companies do currently. O-Counting will simplify your inventory and account management accounting needs, and O-Lead is an intuitive and scalable CRM application to generate leads, close deals, and grow your business. These are just a few of the more than 50 portfolios launching in 2021. There's a wide variety of reasons why people are becoming founders in OnPassive, and they include those who need financial help and assistance, those in poor countries and stricken by poverty, those who are well-educated professionals who are looking for that additional stream of income to create general wealth and generational wealth for their family and their grandchildren. We also have many extremely wealthy members who've joined on Passive for their philanthropic causes, charities, and purposes, because every dollar donated to Obless is used for these. Instead, as I mentioned before, a smaller percentage with the other agencies that are currently working in those fields. So who can benefit by joining now? We have individuals and family members, businesses of all sizes, influencers, restaurants, stores, both physical and online, churches and charities, and those individuals and businesses that need help, especially post-pandemic, which has devastated the business and economic world in so many areas and so many industries around the world. So as you can see, On Passive really is for everyone, with a complete digital online solution. And here's another very exciting reason to join us. On Passive will drive targeted traffic to your business, be it physical or online, all done for you, 100% hands-free, other than setting it up in your back office when it's time to do so. So as a recap, we have an acronym for you. C is for the complete digital online solution. A is for the artificial intelligence. T for targeted traffic. M for money, which becomes time freedom, abundance living, and helping others. And O for On Passive, the residual income and generational wealth, all done for you, plug and play system, 100% hands-free, no selling, and no recruiting. So, how do you join us? Well, currently we are in pre-launch, and the price to secure your founder's position is in the corporate structure is $97 US plus a $5 administration fee. There are various options to pay. However, the easiest and fastest way is to use your credit or debit card from the bank. If you see the value and feel the vision of On Passive, we urge you to join us at your earliest convenience. But why? Because as I mentioned earlier, there are between 2,000 and 3,000 founders joining us daily. Do you want to come in before them or come in after them? This does not mean that these founders will be placed under you, but it does mean that you will be date and time stamped before them, which might bring in additional surprises in our future. When we start soft launch in the near future, there will be marketing campaigns that will use the AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies, to bring founders into On Passive. These are founders actively looking for the types of products that we have. And these same marketing campaigns will continue post-launch for our founders, bringing in new customers. This is part of the 100% done for you example of this company that On Passive promises to do by building a stream of residual income for each founder. Founders' positions will not be available from the time we launch to the world when it's our hard launch. However, we have also been told by our CEO that once he is ready to move forward from soft launch to the global, which is also the hard launch, that the window of opportunity to get in as a founder might be very small. Also, as we prepare to go from pre-launch, which is now, to soft launch, the founder's fee may go up, or it may stay the same. We just don't know at this point. Once you secure your founder's position, you need to know that there is one more out-of-pocket payment that will be required by you. And this is to activate your business with On Passive for all that's been said this evening, and so much more. It's approximately $250 per person for each founder's position that you purchase. The joy about this company is that we, as founders, can purchase as many as we would like to. Just simply use a different email address for each one that you want. All subsequent monthly payments to On Passive will then be paid out of the commissions that you earn from the customers that are placed under you and into your On Passive business by the company. We are making history. Join us now as a founder or join us after we launch as a customer. It is your choice. But when we launch globally, this will be the close. We will be close to 1 million customers created instantly. Have you ever heard of this before? Ever in any industry? Can you imagine If you have a product to sell, that you will automatically have a potential 1 million customers to market to. Can you imagine if you have a cause or a charity that you can automatically showcase to a potential 1 million to assist you? Can you imagine this? It's mind-boggling and incredibly exciting. In moving forward in today's world, you need to have a successful business online, whether it be physical or offline. You will have every product, tool, and service through your own passive membership. You'll be able to build wealth. You will earn a residual income. You'll create a legacy for your family and a dynasty for your heirs. So please ask the person who invited you here this evening for their registration link, and they will happily walk you through the process to pay and sign the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement, so you can join us on the next Founders Only meeting with our CEO to hear firsthand all the exciting news and the updates. Thank you for joining us this evening. We know your time is valuable, and we really do appreciate you being with us. As Pam said earlier, we have an excellent panel of founders from different professional backgrounds here specifically to help answer any questions you may have. Don't be shy. There is no silly question. So I'll ask them to introduce themselves to you, starting with MARTY DEGARMO, please. Thank you, everybody.
Fantastic, Robin. That was very good. Very, very good. Short and sweet and bam. My name is MARTY DEGARMO, 61 years old. I've been online full-time for 17 years and lost a lot of money. And I got on it for the same reason as everybody else. I thought I could get on, make a little extra money, and everything would be good. And it's just not that way. The cards are stacked against you. Unless you have the skills, which eventually I learned, you can't make it. You just cannot make it. You have to know how to drive traffic, which Robin brought up, how powerful that is to be able to do that. And that's why you see, no matter what business you go to, it's the same people going across stage with these 6-foot cardboard checks. If it wasn't that way, it wouldn't be the same people every time. And we see that it is. Passive came along for me, Mike Ellis and Dan Street, about a little over 2 years ago now. And I've never seen anything like it. It's an even playing field for everyone. Everyone will be successful. Absolutely. And because you're paying the company to build your business, you become a pro instantly, and it's automated. I see people, I know there's people out there going, oh, I don't know all this. I don't know anything about digital products. Guess what? You don't have to. You don't have to know any of that. If you want a copy of this recording of what the presentation that Robin did so great today, I can send it to you. If you write me at unpassivenation@gmail.com, I will send it to you. Give me a chance to upload it to YouTube and all. I'm going to turn it over now to Mike Ellis and let him give you some pointers and stuff, from his point of view. Mike?
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. And Robin, a great presentation on the overview of OnPassive. And yeah, everything you've said is so unique in the industry today. And as people come in and look at OnPassive, it truly is a company that levels the playing field. Everybody that comes into OnPassive has the opportunity. Not only do you have the opportunity to build wealth, but it's guaranteed. And about the only thing I would add, just very, very quickly, is what OnPassive does for each and every one of us. As we come into OnPassive, OnPassive is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company, okay? So they have all the tools that we use to market online right now that Marty, Dan, and I have used for years and years and years. And what they're going to do for everybody that comes into OnPassive is to build a marketing platform for them, hook it up to AI, make it 100% automated. They are going to manage everything. And then Robin talked about traffic, which is so critical in any business. They're They actually have a tool of traffic, and they will drive traffic through your business. They will bring in customers, because on Passive, when they launch to the world, when they do the global launch, will primarily be a customer-based business. And they will start bringing customers in for all of us. And a certain percentage of those customers will land underneath you. As customers land underneath you, you get paid a certain percentage based on what they pay for the products. Okay, that's kind of how it works. But all of this is managed by On Passive. And then the last thing I would just say very, very quickly is that the amount of volume that's going to be coming into On Passive is going to be unprecedented. If we look at this Zoom that we're doing right now, which is a webinar platform, Zoom brings in about $139 billion worth of revenue a year, okay? On Passive will have their own webinar platform. It will be superior to the webinar we're looking at right now. It'll just blow them away. How much of that market are they going to take? I don't know, 25, 30, 45, 50%. I think over the first year, it'll be between 25 and 40%. And then, of course, over the course of a year or two, I'm not sure Zoom will be in business. This is the kind of volume that's going to be coming into On Passive. And On Passive is one of those rare companies, and Ash Mufareh is the individual that set this in motion, that wants to share the majority of the wealth with you and I, those individuals participating with On Passive. And when you start thinking about billions and billions of dollars coming in, being a founding member in On Passive, locking your position in the company and the pay structure, really, really important. It's just a dynamic place to be to, number one, start developing income, develop a residual income. And when you have residual income, you can develop wealth. So Robin, you did a great job on the overview of On Passive. When you all get this, and you might not get it today or tonight or tomorrow morning, but when you do get it, when that light bulb goes off, get back with the individual who brought you this webinar, get their registration link, come on in, pay the $97, become a founder, because it's going to be a great ride. I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Chris, what do you got to say?
Well, number one, I'd like to say Robin always blows me away when she does her presentation. Perfect job. Marty, great story. Mike, it's hard to follow Mike, but I'm going to try. Chris Johnson, I'm 55 years old. I spent 32 years online, but it was called the assembly line. Okay. Quick little story. We get our little 15-minute breaks. And I had a guy named John every day would say, Chris, I'm going to design a robot that looks just like me. And I'm going to send him into work when I wasn't feeling good, or if I had to go to the dentist. And after thinking about that for the last couple of days, I thought, well, Ash Mufareh beat you to it. Problem is, the great thing is he built us all this automated robot that's going to go to work for us every single day. Pretty amazing thing. 32 years on the assembly line, and now I'm online, and it's all being done for me. Greatest business I've ever come across in my life. And I'm quick. I'd like to hand it over to Kevin or Dan. One of you, Dan Street.
Doesn't matter, either one. Robin, great job. I mean, you covered everything, and with Mike and Chris, of course, highlighted a few more things. My name is Dan Street. I'm from Monument, Colorado. Grew up here in Colorado and just recently retired from the medical profession after a 28-year career. And I've been involved with network marketing companies for the last 15 years. Never ran into all of them. Everybody here and a lot of you out there are familiar with those types of companies where you pay every single month. If you do not recruit people into the business, then you will not get paid. And that's just not the way this is on Passive. You pay once, as Robin was saying, you pay a one-time subscription fee, and that's it. The rest comes out of profits. And one of the things I'd like to really highlight here is that this isn't a Me Too company. I mean, these products are built from scratch. These are proprietary products that are patented. They're very rare. They're built from scratch again, and you haven't seen anything like this. And it will change the internet. It will. We honestly believe, all of us here believe, that this will change the way we communicate online. It'll change the internet. And it's a rare opportunity for all of you who are new to get involved and become a founder of this company. So there's not a company out there that I've ever heard of that will create an online business for you, that actually markets and drives traffic to your site that they create for you and build your business for you. So unbelievable opportunity. Find out more from the person that invited you here. And we're here to answer any of the questions. And we do this all the time. And we wouldn't do this all the time if we didn't believe and we weren't excited about it. So I'll pass it over to Kevin Rutledge. How are you, buddy?
Thank you, Dan. I'm good, sir. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add. I'm Kevin Rutledge. I call Bloomington, Illinois home. I came online about 12 years ago, and I spent most of my time as a carpenter. I spent about 27 years in that field, and I was looking for a way to fill in the cracks because I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that forever. I met a gentleman who was doing it right. He was honest, ethical, and he taught me a ton. He taught me how to do it right. And the problem with that is it takes time. And it takes time that most people don't have. They either don't want to take the time, like myself, or they don't have the time. So I had a lot of tools and I had a lot of knowledge, but I didn't put it to use. And the bottom line is I don't think I was hungry enough. That's beside the point. On Passive solves all that with the automation. We get your bills paid, and that frees you up to do what I think you're supposed to be doing. You know, allows you to be creative, allows you to spend time with your kids instead of overtime, and it frees you up to help other people. And I think that's what we're all about here. Is I think Mr. Mafura has come up with an excellent plan. I've been around here for a while, pretty early since the beginning, and I've never been misled, never been lied to. I've met some of the most honest, some of the best people on the planet. How about I just put it that way? And I'm really excited about what we're planning on doing. Couldn't be more honored and proud to be here. And I hope you join us because it's been a hell of a ride, and we're just getting started. So that's enough out of me, and back to Robert or Pam, I guess.
Well, I don't mind taking over. I don't see a bunch of questions in the chat, but we do have 3 hands raised. At the moment, the 3 hands raised are all founders. I believe there's one person called On Passive. We're not certain who that is. But as my understanding is that they're all founders. And please, if any guests have any questions, we'll go ahead and take a founder's question so that we can start the ball rolling. But please don't feel shy. There's no stupid question at all. Trust me, if there was anything that didn't fit well, it's probably me. So you come out with your questions, okay?
I've had a guest send a message to me asking how many positions can they have and does it make a difference?
So go ahead, Robin.
Robin, you want that one or I'll take that one?
No, you go for it, Chris.
Well, the answer to that is you can buy as many positions as you can afford, number one. And what's the difference from one? You really only need one. But if you can afford either to gift or buy yourself some more, let's just use a silly thing is, let's say one account earned you $1 and you go ahead and buy 5 accounts. So you just kind of just basically quadrupled your money there from $1 to $5 per account. And I do that because that's just real conservative and makes sense. But yeah, if you can buy more positions, most of us have, it's a smart thing to do. It's also a great thing to do if you can gift people positions. And I know Mike Ellis is going to back me on something like this right now. Michael?
Well, no, you're right, Chris. You can buy as many positions as you want, and perhaps the panel here has bought multiple positions, but the majority of the people that are in on passive, they have one position, guys. That's all you need. When you start to think about the type of volume that's going to be coming in, we expect to have 100 million customers year one. Okay, those customers go under each and every one of the founding members in on passive. Okay, so maybe we're at 1 million founders by the time we go into the hard launch. That's 1% of 100 million. That's just the first year. Our market today is over 5 billion people. So we're in a very, very unique position. It doesn't matter if you come in with one position. Now, if you're a builder, obviously, and you build a team of 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 people, obviously, you're going to get to that place of financial independence quicker. But one position in on passive will get you to that place over time where you just don't worry about money. And that's why we're here. So Chris has got it right. But as you come in and learn more about on passive, you're going to understand how all of this works. And it will get better and better and better each day you're in, and listen to those individuals that are in on passive. Pam, go ahead.
Okay. Marty, are you pulling people in that have their hands raised? Or somebody?
Do you have hands raised, Pam? I can't see.
I see. Yeah, I've got 3 hands raised. They're all on passive founders, but they might have some really amazing, good questions that will help out our guests.
Okay, maybe they could help us and type their questions into the chat, and
Okay.
then Kevin can help us and read those out
Okay, Karina.
to the founders who have got a question. In
So,
the meantime, I've had another question that was sent to me privately, and that was, we talk about not having to share or recruit. So why are we telling somebody else about this? If I can start the ball rolling with that one. Because I would like somebody else that is near and dear to me or that I care about to be able to have the same opportunity that On Passive is going to build for me to build for them. And I would like them to have that same opportunity of the products or the additional stream of income or the financial security. And that's what we're being promised, and that's what this is building towards. Mike, I know I jumped over you. I apologize. Please.
No, that's okay, Robin. I forgot to turn my mic off. You didn't jump over me. No, you've got it right, Robin. Why are we sharing this? We share it because it actually is a way to help people. Okay. A lot of what we do is very altruistic. In other words, we truly want to help people get to that place where they're financially independent, but not all of it. If I build a team, if I bring people in and they're in my organization as we go into the global launch, I'm going to do better than that individual that didn't do anything. And really, that's the way it should be. But in the end, it does not matter because of the way On Passive is structured, the way Ash Mufareh sees this thing and how it's going to work. You can come in, there are no qualifications. You don't have to buy, sell, recruit. You don't have to do any of that. But there are no limitations on the amount you can make. And over time, whether you're a lone wolf or whether you have a team of 10,000, you will get to that place where you just don't worry about finances. But most of us here, when we share, we're changing lives. And that's what On Passive does. We change lives. And Robin has told you that we're in the pre-launch now, going into soft launch and hard launch. That time frame is so narrow, we'll be into the hard launch before you can even believe it. And when that happens, the amount of people around the world that are just going to be giddy, it's going to be fun to watch, because On Passive, it's going to be extraordinary what they do for everybody's bottom line. That's why we're here.
I would also add to that, that keep in mind, we talked about this, Robin talked about this, Mike and Chris and Marty talked about this in the presentation, that I don't think people fully understand what it means when a company is going to do all of the marketing for you. When OnPassive is going to do all the marketing for you, that means they're building the business for you. That means when they run company advertising, and they're going to be running advertising and marketing for all of us on an ongoing basis. And those people that come in and join as a customer in the business are going to be put under all of us. So whether you choose to share it with somebody, or whether OnPassive helps give you some people, or whether it's overflow from the top, because that's another thing that we can get into later. But there's overflow from the top. There's the company bringing people in for you, and there's sharing it with your own efforts. Those are all the ways that you can bring people into your organization. And the more people in your organization, the more it makes sense, the more streams of income you will have, and the faster you'll be able to reach your income goals. And but if you don't do anything, it will happen, because OnPassive is doing the marketing for you. So that's it in a nutshell. If you understand that, then you know, $97 doesn't seem like much.
I want to add something. I don't know if you can hear me because I got a house full of people, but what I want to say is, I always have a house full of people, but what I wanted to say is, listen, in a year's time or 18 months, everybody you know and love is going to be an OnPassive anyway. Wouldn't it be better if you invited them? And I mean that. I mean, they will have a web through the whole industry online, because it's a full solution. It's everything you could need in one platform under one login. And it's going to happen anyway. So share it with your family. The other thing about getting multiple accounts is, don't we all get a bunch of stuff for Christmas we never use anyway? Why not a gift? Why not a OnPassive gift, right? I mean, somebody buys me an ugly sweater with a deer on it. I didn't wear it day one. I'm not wearing that pig now, right? So it would be much better to give something like an OnPassive founding position. And like I said, one day, very soon, that opening will be gone forever. And for $97 to give up a multi-million-dollar business is absolutely crazy. Absolutely.
Whoops. Trying. There we go. Kevin, there's a couple of questions in the chat. Do you want to get those, or do you want me to go ahead and read, or?
Yeah, one from Galaxy. I have a BS, a computer science degree. What type of work is available in my field? You don't need any kind of degree for this. For OnPassive, this is fully automated. It does all the work for you. As far as work for your field, that question, that's not one we answer here. So, and that's the only one I saw. Pam, did you see another one?
Kevin, his message further on is that he wants to work for OnPassive and build the company. Well, the only way to find out about those jobs is to submit a resume, but then you cannot be a founder. Ash has said before that founders and staff are not in the same basket. So if you want to work for the company, then you can submit your resume to Ash or to support, but be prepared to get a refund for your position. Otherwise, you stay as a founder, use your ability with your degree to help others learn more about the products and what OnPassive is all about, and know that you're in the right place for that as well, I would suggest.
And keep in mind, do you want freedom or do you want a job? I mean, it's that simple. I mean, I wouldn't go work for the company when I could be a founder in it. No way. There's no comparison.
Yeah, also, you're going to be able to use a lot of the skills that you've developed within with your degree and just have a blast with OnPassive, because there's so many tools and product portfolio there. It's going to blow you away. So yeah, I would recommend, I agree with Marty, freedom.
I highly agree with Freedom too, and your situation brings to mind the phrase "kid in a candy store." I think you will be very pleased to be here.
Hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Galaxy. I know that's not your name, but there is a question also here from Bernadette. I don't know if Bernadette may be a founder. As customers sign up for different products, how are these customers distributed?
They're put on a big rotator. All the founding members are on a rotator. And as customers come in, they're placed under each founder and that rotator, and there's probably more than one, because the customers that are going to be coming in are going to be coming in by the millions. So it's a big rotator or several rotators, but that's how the customers get placed under each and every one of us. And again, as they come in, buy the product, we get a commission, a certain percentage of what they pay for the product. That's how we get paid.
And to add to that, keep in mind, a lot of people advertise on Google. Well, Google, if anybody clicks on it, even if they're not looking for what's there, you pay. With Unpassive, it's targeted traffic. So if you're looking for a bicycle is going to be shown to you. It's not like some of the marketing where you pay for the clicks and you pay for advertising, and then whatever you get, you get. Targeted traffic's a big deal, because when that guy punches in Google homeschooling or something like that, an Academy pops up. Then Academy sells itself. Why? The biggest thing about Unpassive is its value. Ash Mupara says every week, every day, every time I talk to him, his big deal is value. If you spend $10, Ash Mupara wants to give you $10,000 in value. That's who he is. And as far as advertising, if you bring up something to somebody when they're looking for something and you give them 100 times what the value is, 100 times what the cost is in value, people are going to choose it. There is no competition. Zoom that we're on right now, this one, a little small part of it that hooks to it, 10 grand a month, 10,000 a month. And as Robin told you, the whole platform, all 50 products are going to be somewhere around $250 a month, and you only pay once, and the rest of the month it comes out of your profits. Are you kidding me? Is that a decision? It's not a very hard one, because everybody's looking to save money, and these products are in high demand right now. They're being used every day. Zoom made $139 billion last year, $139 billion. And there's a lot there to grab. And that's one product out of the portfolio of 50. And Ash Mupara to this day is creating and thinking of new products. Let me tell you another thing. You become a founder, and every time they come up with a new idea or a new product, it's instantly in your portfolio. You don't pay any more money, and you just got to raise. If that's possible, if you could make more than what we're talking about now, I'm blown away already. But I'm telling you, there's nothing like this. Nothing. If you wrap your head around it, you know, a lot of people getting Unpassive, but when it gets in them, you can tell. I've shared this business with people. They sign up, they get the 97, they sign up, and they go, okay, thanks. And a month or so later, when they finally absorb what's really going on, they'll call me back. And they started telling me how great Unpassive is. I go, yeah, I know. I've been telling you that. Because once it hits you, once it's in you, and you really see what you're part of. Could you imagine if Jeff Bezos in 1995 in his garage, knowing what you know today, hey, would you like to team up with me? That's a no-brainer. Of course you would. And keep in mind, Amazon created 40,000 millionaires. 40,000. And guess what? They weren't looking to give money away. It happened just by accident. Our CEO wants to make many of those. Not only will we have the record of the biggest company to ever launch, we'll have the record of the most millionaires ever produced. That's my opinion. I don't know if I should say it, but I don't care. It's fact. We'll have more millionaires produced from Unpassive than any other company in the world.
Marty, I agree with you 100%. And I want you all to think about this if you're on a guest. The founders on here already know it. When is the last time someone worked for you 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, nonstop? That's what Impassive is going to do for you when you become a founder. It's nonstop, folks. No one in this world has ever offered anything like this. And it's one of the most beautiful company, and we're going to change humanity as we go along. That's the greatest thing. But just think about those numbers I just rattled off. And in your entire life, has anyone ever done that for you?
Keep in mind, Warren Buffett said, unless you find a way to make money 24 hours a day while you sleep, you will work until you die. It's that simple. And he knows pretty much about finances and how to make money. This company's going to make money for you every second of every day. Sleeping, sewing, running, riding a bicycle, every day, 24/7. And because you pay him to do it, one time, ONE, you can have a life that you couldn't believe. Look, we all have residual bills. Every month they're there. Every freaking month. I can't get rid of them. But it'd be nice to have residual income to back it up. Plus some. A lot. So get all the facts and then decide. Nobody's going to twist your arm to do it. I don't need to do that. You know the beauty of this? We share it. We don't have to. Do you know if not one more founder gets in, this company is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company anyway? Why? Customer base and the company drives traffic. We don't have to bring in anybody. And it's the first company I've ever been in. Instead of us promoting the company's promoting us. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd like to throw one more thing out there, Marty. Think about all of you that have been involved in any kind of a network marketing company, MLM or whatever before. Think about the retention level of the people that you bring into the company. I know from personal experience that I have brought in a lot of people, and because I recruited, because I have to recruit in order to get paid. But when you have to pay that monthly, every single month, whether it's through an auto ship or writing a check to them every month, the first thing you're going to give up is that. And when you only have to pay once out of pocket, and you've got proprietary products that are built from scratch and are going to disrupt all of these companies that we're talking about, you're going to have those people and more and more and more paying that every single month. So your residual income is true residual income. You can bank on it every month.
Since there's a little lull, let me add something too, Dan. Marty talked about value, and he's absolutely right. The amount of value that Ash brings to the marketplace is extraordinary. But it's not just the value. If you look at this particular webinar platform, Zoom, Marty says we pay about $10,000 a month for this particular Zoom. Think about the webinar platform of Unpassive, paying $250 for it, having unlimited access. You can have 10,000 people, 100,000 people on it. That's real value. But the value goes even further than that. When you look at the products of Unpassive, because they're proprietary, because they're built from the ground up, because they're cutting edge technology, the products are superior. That's why people will flock into Unpassive. Not only are they superior, but I just told you they're at a lower price point. It's just a win-win. And again, customer. Unpassive will bring in customers for all of us, and they will be coming in constantly for the next 10 decades. And I really believe that. I won't be around, but they'll still be going strong, and they'll still be producing individuals that bring in residual income and take care of that financial bottom line. It truly is extraordinary. Pam, go ahead. Give us some wisdom.
Well, there was a question in the chat here, actually, that Kevin found. Anybody recognize? I'm just checking. There's a gentleman named James Yates that has asked a question in the chat, and I believe he's a founder. And I think it's a founder question for maybe our 9:15 call for founders only. Want me to run that by you or leave it for later?
I
Yeah,
agree
we're
with
going to have a
Kevin.
Q&A. Go ahead, Kevin. You got that.
I agree with Pam. That's a better question for our second meeting.
That's the only question I see. Kevin, do you see one? Another one?
Bernadette had a question. Is the guarantee that each position will make enough money by month 2 to cover our monthly charges? And no, there is no guarantee of income here. We don't guarantee income, but what we do is that monthly subscription you pay one time. The second month, if for some reason you wouldn't have enough to cover that subscription, you would pause. The system keeps going. So we don't know how long that pause is going to be. There's a lot of things, here in the beginning that we don't have the answers to. But you would pause until you, so the system covered the cost of the subscription, and then you would resume. You come out of pocket one time only. I hope that answers your question.
And I don't see any other questions. There was a couple of hands raised. I believe probably the questions have been answered from the chat. Mirthlyn is a founder, Janet Parkerson's a founder, and Karina, I believe, asked her question in the chat, and that is all we have. Unless anybody has anything more, we've done well for 1 hour. I'm impressed. We've wrapped it up nice. Does anybody have anything they want to say?
Thanks, Pam. Yep, I'm just going to help our founders who are on here. First of all, give them the information that for the next Founders Rapid Fire, starting at 9:15, the link is in the back office. And just to say a huge thank you to the guests who've been with us this evening. Hope you've learned something. Hope you have found it interesting. And ultimately, we hope you will join us because it's an amazing opportunity. It has never happened before and probably will never happen again. So be part of history and jump in. It's exciting times ahead right now. Thank you to our wonderful, wonderful panel. I appreciate you every week and every time we get together. And thank you so much for the questions, founders. We'll see you at 9:15. The link is in your back office. Good night, everybody. We're here next week, Thursday nights at 8 o'clock for guests. Question and answer. Please invite somebody you care about. And founders, you're always welcome. We always appreciate you here. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
I want to thank each of you as well. Robin, especially, you did a great job. I love you dearly. Gentlemen, every one of you, it's always a wonderful thing sharing the panel with you. Thank you so much. And thank you to all our guests and founders. Good night. See you at 9:15.
Good night, everyone.